everyone. I wanted to thank you all for being here today and joining my presentation. We're going to go ahead and just get started. Today I'm going to be talking about Love Your Melon. So we will go ahead and just jump right in. 16,000 children will be diagnosed with cancer this year, and 1,900 of them will not survive this disease, and that is just in the United States. So imagine how many other children are out there in other countries that are being diagnosed with this disease and will not survive from it. Pediatric cancer has always been something that has been close to my heart. I have been volunteering with Love Your Melon for the past 4 years in hopes of creating as much awareness and raising the most funds for these children to fight this disease and help their families. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about Love Your Melon. We're going to be talking about their original mission, and I'm also going to share some real life stories with you guys, so you guys will get to hear that. And then I will also share with all of you how you can join the fight. And at the end, I will pass out a brochure to all of you so you can take that home with you and keep it in your thoughts, and hopefully you will join this fight with us. So starting out with how your Love Your Melon got started in 2012, October, and it was Zach and Brian. They attended the University of St. Thomas here in Minnesota, and they were in their entrepreneur class actually, and came up with this idea of providing a hat for every child that has cancer. And that was their original mission, and that is how they came up with Love Your Melon. And they actually recently just made that mission possible. They reached their goal. They provided every child that had cancer at that time with a hat, and they're really cute beanies, but they provided 45,000 hats to children with cancer, which is awesome and huge and super exciting to be a part of. So after they started their company, they achieved that goal, and they have a bunch of other goals that they have set, and one including $1 million of raising money for pediatric cancer. And in my opinion, pediatric cancer is one of the hardest diseases that is out there. And that's just my opinion. You guys can have your own. But pediatric cancer is different from cancer that is in adults. Pediatric cancer starts at a younger age, and the difference between the two is, in most cases, childhood cancers come from mutated genes of growing cells, which is a difference in adults that have cancer. So some of the really popular diseases that you will see out there, and the most common ones that you will see, are going to be leukemia. You're going to see brain and nervous system tumors, and you're also going to see neuroblastoma. Those three are the top that you will see that are out there. And Cancer.org stated that the second leading cause for death in children is cancer, and 1,500 children will be diagnosed with cancer in the U.S., and they expect that 1,200 of them will not survive this disease. So the same kind of statistic I shared with you earlier. Connor is one of the first real-life experiences that I want to share with you, because he is part of the 3/4 that beat that odd of surviving and fighting through this battle. So when Connor was 6 weeks old, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. His tumor was the size of an adult fist, is what they told his family, and they shared with them that they would have to do emergency surgery right away. And imagine when your child is 6 weeks old, you're completely helpless. You didn't know that this was going to happen to you, and it becomes very much of a shock. And they shared with him that he most likely will not survive this surgery, but either way, he wouldn't survive without it. So his vital organs started to shut down, and so they automatically sent him into surgery right away, and he was put under. And they actually they took out the brain tumor, and he was recovering for 3 days, and they thought he was going to be fine. But then they diagnosed him with stage 5 multiform glioblastoma, which is a form. And Connor has spent most of his life, going between doctor's offices and spending a lot of the time at the hospital from getting sick. And although he went through that battle, he is 7 years old now, and he has been living his life to the fullest. So as you can see, he has gone through chemotherapy at such a young age, and the littlest things in kids can make them happy when they're going through that. And that is where Love Your Melon comes into play. They provide a hat for every child that is battling cancer. It's the little things to them that help them keep fighting, and which is exactly what the second story I will show with you, Morgan's story, and that shows also. So Morgan was 17 months old when she was diagnosed with brain cancer, and she has been fighting this battle for 17 years. So 17 years, her whole life, she has known nothing but cancer. She has been fighting this battle. She has had 2 shunt surgeries, 2 gamma knife radiosurgeries, radiation, chemotherapy, and 7 brain surgeries, which include multiple regrowths of her tumor. So Morgan has been through the thickest of thick. She has not been able to live cancer-free, so this is all she knows. And after her last surgery, it actually caused her to have balance, memory, and speech issues. So she is living day by day to the fullest as well. Her past experiences have actually motivated her to start her own Love Your Melon campus crew, which I will show you what that means next. But that is what inspired her to get involved with Love Your Melon, because even though she's at the lowest of lows, she's still trying to help spread awareness and raise money for pediatric cancer. So Love Your Melon actually has campus crews, which is what I was involved with. It has campus crews all across the country. So this is how I became involved with Love Your Melon. I actually started with them when they were not as well known as they are now, so that was about 4 years ago. I was in my freshman year of college at St. Cloud State, and I actually started the campus crew there. So Love Your Melon campus crews are full of student volunteers who help raise awareness for pediatric cancer. And so there are 11,000 crew members in 740